So let's see what we got. Half an hour, bookmark management. So first of all, most of us know how to make bookmarks, but just in case you don't, it's really easy. Go to the site that you would like to bookmark. And from there, you're going to go in the Omnibox, where the address is, over to the right-hand side, and you're going to click on the little star, which will be white until you click on it. Once you click on it, it'll turn blue. You'll be able to modify the name of the bookmark if you choose, select where you're saving the bookmark, and click Done. That's how easy it is to create an actual bookmark. Now, some of the things we can do with that bookmark is where we can manage these things that we tend to have a lot of. So the first thing you can do is edit a bookmark. So if you have a bookmark on your bookmark bar, you can right-click on that bookmark bar, or the bookmark, sorry, and you can change anything about it. So if I jump back here for a second, I can change the name. And let's not answer that. Sorry about that. You could change the name. Okay, so that's one of the first things you can do, or change the location where it is saved. You can also bookmark bookmarks that don't work anymore, or that kind of thing. You've got the ability to do that. You can sort bookmarks. Literally, you can just drag and drop them around the bookmark bar and sort the order that they appear. And finally, and the most power you can get is from the Bookmark Manager. So the Bookmark Manager itself will go into a little bit more in depth in a few minutes, but the Bookmark Manager gives you all of the power instead of just the power from the individual bookmarks one at a time. So you're looking at a screenshot of my bookmark bar, and you'll notice this first section of bookmarks are what's called favicons. So what happened is I've created favorites that are only showing the icon. And to do that, you take the ones you know, like PowerSchool, Google Classroom, Google Drive. If you know the icon and what it stands for, you right-click on it. And when that edit thing window pops up, you are going to remove the name completely. So leave the bar that shows the address of where it's taking you to, but take away the name completely. And then when you save that one, you'll only have what's called now a favicon. And so I put all my favicons on the far left because obviously if I know that icon well enough, it's probably because I use it all the time. Those are favicons. The next group of bookmarks that I have is the ones where maybe I'm new to it, I don't know their logo yet, I haven't memorized it. And so those ones I can leave the name because I don't know their icon. You can shorten it or rename it if it means more to you, but try and keep them short because you'll notice this remote learning one has got the ... That's because the name I gave it or the name they gave their site is too long to show everything. So keep yours short. And you will notice that if you keep the names behind the icons, it will fill your bookmark bar up quickly. So look at how much space these two bookmarks alone take up versus these favicons, okay? Or even the folders. These three folders are about the same width. So bookmarks with names do take up a lot of space, which is why most people get really frustrated with their bookmarks because they lose them all. The next type of bookmark that you can create is a folder, and I'll show you how to do that. And so you can have subfolders of a folder. So within my Peacewappity one, I have some subfolders. You can have really short names. The shorter you can keep them, again, the more folders you can fit on your screen. Maybe you want to sort by subject that you teach. That's an idea. And anything that's extra beyond here is going to do what I call falling off the end. And so you will see two little arrows, and if you click them, you will see your other folders or your loose bookmarks, whatever, okay? So the Bookmark Manager, where all the power is. So to get to the Bookmark Manager, you're going to click the three dots to the right of your name in your browser. You're going to go down to Bookmarks. From Bookmarks, you're going to go up to Bookmark Manager, and you're going to open that, and it will open the Bookmark Manager in a separate tab. So what does that look like? Well, you should have a blue bar across the top of your Bookmark Manager. And when you click on those three dots, you've got some choices. So the first one, if you're creating folders, is going to be to add a new folder. And when you create that folder, you're going to name it. So in my example, my PSWAPity example, PWSD. And then you're going to be able to literally just drag and drop any of your bookmarks into those folders. So now this is just the top little section of my Bookmark Manager. But when I look just at this top little section, it's really only my Favicons. Now, if I did need to change a Favicon, notice that this Google Classroom, even though it's a Favicon, the address is showing up because I've clicked the little three dots beside it. You just can't see it hiding under the menu. And this allows me to edit that Google Classroom one or delete it, cut it out, copy the URL if I just want to copy it and send it off to somebody, that kind of thing. So this is literally, you'll see a little dot beside each of your Favicons or bookmarks. But to sort into your folders, I would literally, let's say, just click on the calendar. If I wanted it, this was my PSWAPity calendar versus my personal one, or something like that, and I wanted this inside a folder, I would literally just click and hold and drag it onto the folder that I had created, which would be down here. Okay, and I'll show you this live in a minute. Okay, so again, that's it for the slideshow itself. Contact me, contact Leah and I. Here's the link to the bookmark. But now I'm going to pop into my actual bookmark bar so you can see. So here's that bookmark bar that I was showing you. Hopefully you can see that. And then you'll notice here's that double arrow. So if I click here, you can see it pops up. Those are the ones that aren't in a folder, or in this case, there's a folder that's been shoved off the bottom. And when you click on, or just hover, in this case, I'm just hovering, not clicking, it shows me the ones that are inside there. Okay. So if I actually go to my Bookmark Manager, bookmarks, and up to Bookmark Manager, okay, hopefully you can see that, yeah. So now I've got all my Favicons. I've got my 3 bookmarks that didn't fit, and then I've got all of my folders. Now I do have some down here that, since my last little kind of bookmark cleanup, have been moved. So eviction notice, terminate tenancy, that was a personal one that got actually saved in my work account. So I'm going to click on here and go delete it. I don't need that. Simple K-12, that's a PD website. So this one should be up. So I'm going to click and hold, and I'm going to drag it up on top of my PD. And when I let go, it moves Simple K into here. Okay. ETLE is part of my PSWAPity duties. So I'm going to move that one up and drag it into EdTech. So literally, I'm just dragging and dropping. I want this folder in front of the loose ones, and that's it for loose folders. I can rearrange them, so if I want alphabetical, save tabs, maybe I don't really use that one as much. Focus more on curriculum right now, so I want that up a little bit higher. So literally, you'll notice when I'm dragging and dropping, that the little blue line is showing me where, when I let go, it's going to stay. So GPRC I don't need right now. That's not till next fall, so we'll move it down here. So you can kind of move them so that the ones that are visible on your bookmark bar when you're physically working are the ones that you use the most. Okay, so that's managing bookmarks. It's really about favoriconning the ones you use the most, leaving the ones you don't, or putting them at the very end that you don't use as much. The reason I use kind of a 2-tier is because these are kind of my new ones that I use a lot, but I don't know the logos. Whereas the ones that are down here in my Bookmark Manager are just ones that I'm like, yeah, that's cool, I want to save it, but I don't need to see it all the time. And then your folders after that, in whatever order is most important to you. That's how easy bookmark management is. The key is to keep it up. Don't let this list of stuff that you bookmarked without putting it where it should have been get too out of control, and make sure that you keep it clean. So I'm going to give you an example. So let's say I wanted to save this one, okay, to show you how to do it like right from the start, which obviously you can see I don't do even all the time anyway. So I want to bookmark this one, so I'm going over here in the bookmark bar. I'm going to click on the little white star. I'm going to leave it as Google Boot Camp, but I don't want it loose on the bookmark bar. I want to put it straight into my PD folder. Now, if the folder you want to put it into isn't here, just go choose another folder, and then all your kind of layout that you have, your folders and your subfolders will appear, and you can click on the one you want. Okay, so I'm going to go My PD and save. So now that's into where it should be. Now if I come back to my bookmark bar, or my Bookmark Manager, sorry, and I click on here, or I click on My PD up here, I guess would be the way I'd see it. Yes, there's a lot of them in there. Some of them could probably get removed. If I go down to the bottom, I'll see there's the Google Boot Camp that I just added. If I want it up higher, because it's something I'm doing currently, I'm just clicking and dragging, and I'm going to move it up in the list. So now we'll see if we can find that little hat. Sometimes you can move it all the way in one, and sometimes you can't. So I'm going to just click and hold again. Oops. Held that a little too long. I'm going to click and hold and drag it up. So now it should be pretty much right at the top. So when you get too many like me, then it's not quite as easy. But so yeah, you can move around the bookmarks in your folders from here, or you can go into, so if I wanted to go into my PD, I could click over here on the left. And when I click my PD, now it's showing me the subfolders in there, and I can actually move them around. So if I want to move this one up, get rid of that one because it's too old, that type of thing. So clean it up as you see fit. But yes, if you can create those folders, create those favicons for your most used, and organize as you go, your bookmarks will be a lot more manageable.